Joining us now direct from Las Vegas is Mark Bradley. Mark is the CEO of a company called Players Network. Their stock symbol's PNTV. Mark, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me back, Don.
Well, Mark, can you tell us again what the company does?
Players Network is a diversified holding company in both media and marijuana. On the media side of things, we have a technology platform that allows us to build communities built around digital television channels and a particular category. In this case, one of our first communities is Weed TV, focused on the marijuana industry. And we also hold 2 licenses in the state of Nevada for cultivation and production. So we're creating an entire vertical model, taking a category where we have brick and mortar assets as well as media assets to market them.
Well, I saw a press release earlier this week. Looked like significant news. Tell us about it.
Well, the press release is between us and a company called Agritech, who has been specializing in creating oils and brands and different edible products and processes around the medical marijuana industry. They have some really great products, and they're going to be our production company, consultant, and part of our financing arm for a new building that we're purchasing in North Las Vegas. You may have saw earlier in an interview that we originally were going to build a building from the ground up, but we had the ability to buy a building that was already pre-zoned and actually come to the market about a year earlier with this particular strategy.
Well, being able to move into an existing building rather than constructing one from the ground up must dramatically accelerate your timetable.
Out at the first location, they would have to bring in water and power and sewage, and it's a long process, very political, dealing with a lot of permits. The building that we found was already purchased and zoned for this particular use by a gaming group, and then Nevada came in and said a gaming company can have also a medical marijuana license company. So we essentially found a diamond in the rough, 22,000 square foot building, 22 to 24 foot ceilings, enough to go 2 stories in it, and actually have a total of 44,000 square feet of both cultivation and production. The building now is in escrow. We've had it financed. We also have the money to build out the building, bring in our equipment, and we have all the operation cash we need. So we're really, for the most part, on our way to having a very successful business. We only have one thing left, which is just the approval from the state of Nevada to move our location from our original address that we applied for to this existing new one. It's just a process. We think it'll take anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple months. I'm hoping more for a couple weeks, but you know, we're dealing with the government, but there's really no reason why they won't move it, because we're moving to already an existing approved location.
Well, given that status with Nevada, once that is completed, how quickly can you spring into action?
We've already been working on construction, build-out plans, design plans, suppliers. So we're doing a lot of the pre-production kind of legwork that you'd normally do after a building is built. So from the time we actually take over the building, which I'm estimating somewhere, you know, within the next 2 months, possibly as soon as a month from now, what will happen is we'll go through about a 45-day construction period. During that period of time, clones, equipment, everything will already be developing, so we'll kind of get ahead of the game a little bit. And then we have about a 3-month period after that till we're actually producing our first crop, which will be perfect the way the market's developing right now in Nevada.
Mark, in previous interviews, you've mentioned that this new addition to your business model is expected to have a tremendous effect on revenues.
It's fair to say everybody can look around and see how well Colorado's doing, and Washington and Oregon and Alaska when they turned recreational. Nevada already has twice as many votes as they need to go recreational in 2016. They have 40 million visitors that come to Las Vegas alone. So it's pretty fair to say, you know, I mean, Colorado's a great state. They have a big tourist industry through skiing and outdoor activities, but nowhere close to 40 million people. So Nevada by far will be the #1 marijuana market in the United States.
Players Network, stock symbol PNTV. Mark, why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at your company?
If people really want to do research, they should go to playersnetwork.com. There's a updated executive summary there. There's a lot of information about the assets that Players Network holds, and the company has roughly $40 million worth of assets, from intellectual property to our ownership in Greenleaf Farms to tax loss carry forwards. It'll outline everything there. But I mean, you know, we're sitting here with a $2 million market cap, with a $40 million asset base, and ready to really turn the corner and start ringing the cash register from the revenue standpoint. So I don't think it's been a better time than ever to get involved at the company.
The company is Players Network. Their stock symbol's PNTV. You can visit their website at playersnetwork.com. Mark, exciting developments. Thanks so much for joining us.
I appreciate it, and have me back anytime. There'll be a lot more good news to come.